Welcome back, everybody. It is round one of the playoffs, and we have game one between the 60 Sleepers and the Clemson Incineroars. Sleepers being the second seed versus the 7th seed Incineroars. We'll see what is going to happen here. They're starting off with the Tranquil. It's going to use Earthquake. Very strong move to start the battle. Good job by the Sleepers, doing a decent amount of damage to that Clefable. Gotta watch out for the Clefable, though. That high HP stat makes this a difficult Pokemon to defeat. It's going to use Withdraw, and that's not what you want to see. Definitely what I was talking about. It raises its defenses. It's trying to go in for the long game and stay on the field as long as possible. Tranquil's going to go again with a Draining Kiss. That's going to be not... Does Fairy resist Fairy? I don't know. It's a critical hit, though. That Super Luck working out for the Tranquil. Fairy does not resist Fairy. But there was no health to gain from the Tranquil, as it hasn't taken any damage yet. Still hasn't taken any damage. And it's going to go again, chipping away at that HP from the Clefable. It's going to use Wish here. We'll see if that helps it out in the future. If they do take damage, they should gain some HP back in the future. Oh, but the Spore comes out. 100% accurate sleeping move. Now Unpheasant. I called it a Tranquil. Excuse me. Unpheasant is now sleeping. Not looking good for the Sleepers. Ironically, their team is called that, but that's not what they want their Pokemon to do. Here comes the Arm Thrust. That is a neutral move against the Unpheasant. Not going to do a lot, but will hit 3 times. A little bit of damage there. There goes the Wish coming true, healing it back up to full health, so Unpheasant still hasn't taken any damage at all. And Clefable's gonna have to find something to do here. And he uses Cotton Spore instead. An interesting tactic, I guess. Cotton Spore is gonna go ahead and lower the speed of Unpheasant, helping Clefable to move first now. Yeah, Clefable is able to move first, and we'll see if it can do anything. Mudshot, of course, doesn't affect the Unpheasant. They did not take advantage of putting that Unpheasant to sleep at all. Shadow Claw, that will land. Clefable in the danger zone with another critical hit. Oh, the Sleepers have to love that ability on their Unpheasant. Unpheasant definitely doing the work for their team. Here comes the high jump kick. That is going to land, and what a decent hit. Does about a quarter of Unpheasant's health. That's good. If it didn't land, that Clefable would have gone down to the recoil. But it hangs on with about 1 HP after that hit from Unpheasant there. Clefable gets to attack again, and it uses Fire Lash. That's going to lower Unpheasant's speed even further, trying to make sure that their team can go first. Here we go, Unpheasant. Oh, it doesn't knock out the Clefable. It's going to give it another chance to try and do some damage. That wasn't a good idea. Plus, it switches the Super Luck for Magic Guard now, so the critical hits may not come as often for the Sleepers here. But I don't know. Was it a good idea to get that Magic Guard? We'll see if it works in their favor. There goes the Acid Armor. I don't think that's going to help them out too much. They can't have more than 3 HP left on this Clefable. Here comes Unpheasant again with the Rapid Spin. It's going to try and raise his speed back up a little bit. Clefable does go down to that. And that is goodbye Clefable for the Incineroars. Didn't really do that well against the Unpheasant. We'll see if their Appleton can do any better. There we go. Unpheasant still above half its HP. It's going to go first now after raising its speed back up. And it's going to go with a Mystical Fire. That is a neutral move. Good hit on the Appleton, and it doesn't really do much. Wow, but it does lower that special attack, so that can help them out in the future. There goes a Water Shuriken, and that's going to hit multiple times. Unpheasant finally below half its health. There's a crit from the Appleton as it hits another time after. There's the 4th. Can it hit 5? No, it hits only 4 times, but does a good amount of damage to that Unpheasant. Unpheasant getting closer to the danger zone now. Here goes with an Eruption. Another good fire move coming from the Unpheasant. Goodness, Appleton is eating those moves up like it was Sunday dinner. Here comes a Flamethrower from the Appleton. Now it's its turn to use fire, and Unpheasant can't take the heat. It goes down. First Pokemon down on the Sleepers. Heatmor is going to come out now. We'll see if it can make use of its fire moves. At least it does get stabbed from it. Or maybe it'll use ice. Remember, Appleton is 4 times weak against ice. That might be the better way to go. Here comes the Heatmor now. Gonna go ahead with a Heal Pulse. Heal Pulse actually going to heal the Appleton. Not that it took that much damage, but you never want to heal your opponent. You have to wonder what the sleepers have in mind here. But there's the Pain Split. And that did nothing but actually damage the Appleton. A bad move on both sides of the field here. Should have left the Pain Split alone and saved that for later. Here comes Flatter again. Flatter, not gonna do much, but confuse the Appleton and raise its special attack for no reason. No reason at all. No reason for you to raise the special attack. There goes Appleton. Gonna go ahead and maybe making use of that. Breaks through the confusion, but it uses Smoke Screen. Interesting. Gonna make it harder for that Heatmor to land a hit. Giving Appleton even more opportunity to chip away at his health. And here we go. Heatmor gonna go ahead and use Acid Armor, raising his defenses, so it looks like it's time to set up. The teams are taking a step back after they both lost their first mons, and they're gonna go ahead and set up things. Appleton breaking through the confusion again, uses Grass Pledge. That stab, however, not very effective. Doing a decent amount of damage for a not very effective move, but probably should go for something different. There goes the Heatmor. Gonna go ahead with a Focus Blast. Now that's a move to use. Focus Blast is going to land, and that does a good amount of damage to the Appleton. Still above half its health though. Appleton still confused, and it breaks through again. It hasn't hit itself in confusion once. That is a well-trained Appleton right there, as it uses the Stab Dragon Pulse. Now that's a better stab move to use. Heatmor, about a third of his HP left. And here we go. There goes the Super Fang now. That's gonna miss. Super Fang would have cut his HP in half from where it stood. Appleton gonna go ahead and make it uses Power Split now. Excuse me, I thought that was Pain Split for a second. So Power Split is gonna share their attack stats. And Heatmor gets another chance. There goes the Minimize. So Heatmor is saying, if I can't land a hit, you won't be able to land a hit either. Not a bad idea. There goes Appleton, breaks through the confusion. Didn't do anything to it. Almost a waste of a confusion from the other side. As it uses Cosmic Power to raise its stats, Appleton's defenses are going to rise right here. It's planning on staying on the field as long as possible. Will we get another upset? We did see the BGs pull an upset on the Mewtwo's here, and it's looking like the Incineroars might be able to pull one out here as well. There goes the Side Strike. They play very smart by doing the long game. You know, making sure your Pokemon can stay on the field as long as possible while raising its stats, making it dangerous for the other side. That is a good strategy, and it seems to be working. Heatmor now looking pretty weary, getting closer to the danger zone. He uses Mega Kick, doing some damage. It was a good move to use. There goes a Grudge coming from the Appleton. Have to keep that in mind. That could possibly reduce the amount of Metronome that the Heatmor can use in the future. Here we go. There goes the Phantom Force coming from the Heatmor. Good idea. It's going to disappear this turn, avoiding whatever attack Appleton has in store for it, and will do some damage in the next. Appleton uses Misty Explosion, expecting to hit the Heatmor, but Heatmor like hit away in another dimension, so Appleton just knocks itself out. That is not what the Incineroars was looking for. Good way to turn things around from the sleepers. Good job. Now the Boltund is going to come out. The last Pokemon for the Incineroars. Maybe they'll have a hard time pulling out an upset here, and the sleepers are on top of the battle. There goes the Boltund. Not going to be able to hit. Oh, it uses Defend Order. Smart move. Raising its defenses in this turn when it can't hit the Heatmor. Heatmor is going to go ahead and land his attack. Now there goes the Phantom Force, and that does a bit of damage. Boltund able to eat it up. Heatmor in the danger zone. Can Boltund knock it out is the question. There goes the flame move. Heatmor's Flash Fire takes effect. No fire moves should be used against this Pokemon, and they've learned it now. The Sunny Day, you do not want to see a fire move come from this Pokemon now. Sunny Day's up, it's raised the fire type attacks with Flash Fire, and it gets stabbed from it. That is going to be a dangerous Pokemon. Here comes the power swap. I believe that's the second time we've seen that. Maybe Heatmor got his power back, but now Boltund has Appleton's power. Now I'm confused about how that's working. There goes the Skitter Smack. Not a fire type move, not doing that much damage. Boltund loses some special attack there though, which is not what they want to see, but it's still above half its HP. Boltund now gonna go ahead and try again. This time he uses a light screen. Looks like they're setting up to try and keep the Boltund on the field, keep it alive. But if I were them, I would get rid of this Heatmor. Heatmor has to go. There goes the Mega Drain. Boltund avoids it. That's good. That might have taken Heatmor out of the danger zone, and they don't want to see that. They want that Heatmor to be gone, but instead they set up some more. I don't know if the setup is good right now. Incineroars is going to use Curse here, lowering Boltund's speed, and it's going to raise his attack and defense. Heatmor with another chance to do some damage. They keep giving it chance after chance to do damage. It's not actually taking that chance though, as it uses Worry Seed, getting rid of the strong jaw on Boltund. Not an ability that you'll really see used much in the Metronome Madness League, so might not have been worth getting rid of it. Another setup from the Incineroars. What are they thinking? What are they thinking right now? Boltund's speed rises sharply here. I don't know. This is not a good idea. I mean, granted, these sleepers haven't really taken advantage of all of the free turns they've been given, so maybe that's why the Incineroars are doing it. They're not expecting the sleepers to do something, so they've just been setting up. And will they attack now is the question. Yes, they will. There was the Leaf Tornado. It's not very effective, but I think it's going to take it out anyway, and I was wrong. Looks like the Heatmor still lives with 12 HP. It does lower that accuracy some more. There's a second accuracy drop, and it tries for the beat up. Of course, it's avoided after those two accuracy drops we saw, and Boltund gets to attack again. Here we go, the Tailwind. Because Boltund needed to be faster, apparently. It did use Autotomize already. And here comes the quick attack. That's avoided again. Heatmor can't seem to land any moves. And Boltund's going to use Facade, finally knocking out the Heatmor. I assume it does knock it out. Heatmor goes down. That lasted longer than it should have. So Lazo's the last Pokemon on the sleepers. Incineroars have got to play better if they want to come away with a win here. I just don't get their strategy right now. It's not working out for them. I'm not sure what they're doing. There goes the Witch, though. That can help, especially if the Salazzle does a lot of damage. It can heal some health back up while getting a free attack off. Here comes the Darkest Lariat, though. That's going to be dangerous. From the Salazzle, it does a big amount of damage. Boltund below half his health, about a third of his health left. In fact, Boltund now gonna go ahead with that Endeavor. Good move. Good move with the Endeavor. Salazzle now losing a ton of HP. That was excellent. Plus they have the Wish coming up, so they might get that health back if they live the Shadow Claw. They do, and there goes the Wish, taking Boltund all the way back up to about 3/4 of its health. That was excellent. Taking the damage, using Endeavor, and being healed. What an excellent turn of events for them. There goes the Drain Punch, though, as Salazzle pulls a huge hit on it, and it's going to get its health back with a critical hit. Oh my goodness, what a back and forth. Salazzle above half health now. Boltund going on the attack again. Nope, this time he uses Cotton Spore. Of course, Cotton Spore is going to lower the speed of Salazzle. Salazzle now a little bit slower. Can Boltund's already going first, so that was kind of a pointless move now that I think about it. There goes the Outrage. That's dangerous. Outrage from the Boltund. Doing alone, Salazzle can't handle it. It goes down. Another upset. Oh my goodness, the Incineroars come away with the win, upsetting Upsetting the sleepers. Oh my goodness. What's with these lower seed teams? They've both come away with a win. Of course, they need to win twice. It's best 2 of 3 in the playoffs. So they're not in the semifinals yet. Next battle we'll see will be between the Sin City Cyndaquils and the Heavenly Heatrans. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button so you can watch more of the Metronome Madness League.